What's up, and welcome back to Opposites Track Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How was your day?
How was your week?
How was your life?
Going. Yeah.
I remembered something.
You remembered. Can you turn my headphones up? The little knob, number 2.
1,
Yep.
2.
Turn it up a little bit. Turn it up the other way. There we go. There. Good.
Good?
Yup.
Okay.
I like it loud in my headphones like I'm a rapper.
So
I am a rapper.
Ooh, you are a rapper. Do you have it on your phone?
No, I can't play it because it's got somebody else's music.
Oh.
I jacked the beat.
He did.
And made Sonja a walkout song.
Yes. So there's...
Anyway, we can't do that. It's
so much has been happening.
It's been a minute. There's been a lot of stuff going on. And I think that you guys have kind of heard it over some of the past episodes. Just kind of talking about things and what may or may not happen with the podcast or whatever. And yeah, we just decided to take a break.
Yes. Just to take a break. And
yeah. A hiatus.
A hiatus. We have a lot of things happening, going on. And yeah, and it's very time consuming for you.
Yeah, it has been. It's been fun. You know, like, yeah, I mean, I guess we can just kind of get into all that, but it's been incredible. You know, for the last 5 years plus, well, almost 5 years or more, whatever. I don't know if it's almost 6 years now. Mm-hmm. I think it's 6 years almost. We have podcasted every week, every single week without missing for almost 6 years. I mean, just recently within the last month was the first time that we didn't release an episode. Mm-hmm. And, you know, after doing this stuff for so long, you know, I just kind of sat and started thinking about all the things that we have going on, thinking about our kids, our family, my other podcast, the other things that I'm working on, the things that you're working on. And there's only so much that we can do.
Right.
And this has been amazing. I mean, an incredible learning experience. Being able to sit here and talk to you, you know, every week has changed our relationship. I don't know how that, I don't even know how it would be without the podcast, like how these last 5-6 years, it would have been different. Right?
Yeah.
What?
I'm just laughing because how long has it been since we've recorded a podcast?
I think it's been like a month. I think it's like 4 weeks.
And I'm so used to sitting here and talking with you for an hour. And even though we haven't been recording this podcast, we have a lot of things that are unfolding, right? We have a lot going on.
2 weeks ago, we released an episode.
Wow.
So it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it seems way longer. And lately, I don't feel that we have been communicating.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? And so when I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about that and I'm like, maybe that's, you know, what's happening within me anyways. Because I'm so used to having that time with you talking about everything and anything, you know. But it's been such a incredible learning experience, especially for you. Now, with me starting my podcast and learning how to set up and now stepping into, you know, the process of recording through Zoom, that's something else that I'm going to be learning. And so
your wind chimes are annoying.
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them.
I hate it when we're recording or when, you know.
It's probably, babe, if anything, it's not coming through. You know that, right?
Sure. I can hear it through my damn headphones. But anyway, yeah. But, you know, I think at certain points you have to sit and just revisit things.
Yes.
I mean, just because you've been doing things a certain way for a long time
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that it has to be that way for the rest of your life.
Right. And when you brought it up to me that you were, thinking about the podcast and the future of the podcast, and I remember sitting there thinking, but this is ours.
Yeah.
Like, this is ours. And then I really sat back and realized that maybe it is time to move forward, or at least not.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing is, like, you're talking about it this way. I've been talking about it this way. But when I really think about the whole thing, it's not that we're not doing it anymore. Like, we've never said that we're just going to stop completely.
Right.
But I'm also like, you seem to want to make a schedule, or like once a month, and it's like, I don't want to do that. Whenever we feel like we have something to say, we can get on and say it. You know, whenever there's something that's going on that's exciting, or things are happening in the world and we feel like we want to make a podcast, we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody that's been listening, we appreciate you guys being along for the ride with us over these last 5 years, or however long you've been listening. And we appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow the other things that we're doing, you know, I have my fighting podcast, Fighting for Your Life. You guys can follow me there. Sonja's got a podcast, Soul to Soul podcast, that's going to be coming out in July. And she's pre-recording episodes, and we're getting that set up. And however you guys want to get a hold of us, send us a message. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You guys know how to get a hold of us. If there's something that you want to tell us, if there's, you know, you want to talk to us about something, hit us up. I mean, we're around. Just because we're not recording a podcast doesn't mean we've disappeared.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, there's many, for me, it's just going to SonjaRamirez.com. So it's SonjaRamirez.com. And you can learn about the retreats, the up and coming retreats, which there's one May 8th through the 11th. And if you are looking to get a coaching session, you can sign up right there and then. You know, so, and the Soul to Soul podcast will be added on that link tree as well.
Yeah. Yep. And then you guys can see here, I got my Monkeys Ate Mushrooms shirt, something that I've been working on since we've been gone. I've got my first couple designs made. I got my business cards ordered. You guys can go to monkeys8mushrooms.com, monkeys, the number 8 mushrooms.com. You can order a shirt there. It's still in its infancy. Like, there's no telling what this thing is going to turn into. But you guys can hit me up. You can follow the Instagram, monkeys8mushrooms. You can send me a message. But yeah, you guys can get a hold of us any way that you can. We're out there.
Are you creating a link tree for Opposites Attract?
Yes.
That you can...
They'll all be linked together. So if you go to monkeys8mushrooms.com, then you'll see Sonja's coaching. It'll take you to her link tree. It'll also take you to the link tree for Fighting for Your Life. If you go to Fighting for Your Life, it's going to link Monkeys Ate Mushrooms. It's going to link Sonja's coaching. It's going to link the fighting podcast. It'll link the Opposites Attract. So I just have to make them all and link them all together so that you can get from one to the other. But yeah.
And if you maybe just started listening to us a year or maybe 2 years ago, we have a shitload of episodes that you can go back and listen to.
Like I said, we've been recording for over 5 years. We got 300 plus episodes, and it's crazy. Like, recently releasing some of those old episodes and kind of hearing where we were at and seeing and hearing the differences since then, you know, till now. It's been kind of nuts. But yeah, it's been a lot of new things going on.
Yeah, and change can be difficult, right? Like, when you're used to doing something for so long, you know, I had that experience, you know, in Legal Shield when I was running that business for 13 years. And when it was time to go, when my passion, you know, was no longer there and it was time to go, it was very difficult to leave that.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? And you get this sense And it's tough, especially for somebody like you, somebody like me, that when we say we're going to do something, we do it. Right? And in a way, it almost feels like you're quitting.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Because quitting is almost like this thing failed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we recorded how many episodes together sitting here? Our kids have how many episodes that they can go back and listen to? We've learned so much about speaking in front of a microphone and in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to edit videos, how to produce podcasts, how to like your podcast. The first episode isn't out, but when it comes out, it's going to be fucking good because it's not the first podcast. It's the 350th podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's not quitting, it's change. It's taking what you've learned and reapplying that into something else.
Yeah. And that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Right? That's how Trust Inc.
Right.
Was created. I took the same foundation within Legal Shield and I created Trust Inc.
You got to change your voicemail, by the way.
And
I called you today and it said something about loan signings. I'm like, you ain't no notary. You're a coach.
Yes. And then created, my coaching business. Our little cutie walked in. Oh, it's so cute. Our kitty cat. And yeah, it is. It's all just one big lesson. And a lot of times when it becomes difficult, most people just don't know how to let go.
Yeah.
And they stay in these situations.
Oh, that's her buddy.
And it doesn't have to be business. It can be a relationship. It could be a friendship that maybe you've outgrown.
And these things are different. Maybe in relationships, sometimes you have to limit certain things, which I guess is similar because this isn't quitting, right? It's till next time. Who knows when that'll be?
Hi,
but sometimes you got to do that in relationships. It's like I need to slow down on this relationship and maybe I should hang out with other, some other people, like people that have a different mindset or people that push me to be better or, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's change no matter what. Yes. But there have been some awesome things happening lately. There are some things that, we have to talk about and a couple things I wanted to mention, and I'm sure you probably have some things too. One of them recently, if you guys follow me on Facebook, there's been some really cool stuff happening. And with this whole monkeys ate mushrooms thing and having to put together the business card, getting the design from my brother, which he drew, and making it into a shirt, getting that digitized, like just learning all these things, getting the website set up. When you have these things that you think about in your mind, things that you want to do in your life, and you start acting on them. And the thing is that it doesn't happen. Like so many people today want that instant gratification. Like the shit's got to happen overnight. And it's never that way. You have to stick with it and keep doing it over and over and over again. Like this podcast, 300 something episodes. And even though this one may not be, like we're not going to keep recording the way we've been recording, we're not stopping podcasting. I still have my podcast. That hasn't changed. In a way, that might pick up more because we're not doing this as much. Your podcast is going to get kicked off. It's not like we're stopping. We're just shifting. But these things that we have in our head that are inside of us, they're a way for us to express ourselves. And you have to, I feel, to live a fulfilling life, to be okay when it's your time to go. You have to get as much of these things out as possible. You have to try. You have to try to make these things real. Whatever it is that you see in your head, you can do. It is possible. But it may be hard, and you might have to do it over and over and over and over again. And you might have to change the way you do things. You might have to do it differently and then keep doing it. But you can do it. There's always a way. There's always an example of a way that you can do it. A lot of the things that we do aren't new. Somebody's done it before. So these last few weeks or whatever, like it's been insane. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, you'll see a post that I put up where it just seemed like life was just, man, just one thing after another. We've been having an incredible time, an incredible life. It's been awesome. And then there was a couple weeks ago where I'm going to a jiu-jitsu seminar, and I was having a great day. I'm driving up to this jiu-jitsu seminar, and this will touch on a couple different things. But I was driving up to this jiu-jitsu seminar, and on the way up there, I've got my music cranked up. You know, I've got my gear on. I'm getting ready to go do jiu-jitsu with some really good people. And I'm getting to support some of my friends, which I love. It's important to me. And I'm dancing in my car, in my seat, driving all the way up there. And while I'm dancing with the windows down, the music's blasting, 2 lanes over, there's a car that's looking over at me. And they see me dancing, and they're dancing because I'm dancing. It's like my happiness was like infectious for them to see. And like now they're dancing, and they're looking at me, and they're giving me thumbs up. And I'm like, yeah, thumbs up, dude. Like, it's fucking awesome. Life is good, you know? I go to the jiu-jitsu seminar. I have an amazing time with my friends at Veterans Breakthrough. If you want to support the troops and you're into jiu-jitsu, check them out. If you want to donate, they do some great stuff. And I go to their seminar, have an awesome time. And when I leave the seminar, I'm at this red light. I stop, and there's a car in front of me. And I reach down to grab my water, and my foot comes off the brake, and I rear end this Mercedes. And I was like, shit. You know, we pull off to the side of the road, and we start talking. We exchange information. Everything is fine. They're fine. I'm fine. Their car's a little messed up. And we were right by the entrance to the highway. And I had probably about a 15-minute drive home. And while I was getting on the highway, up until that point of the accident, this was another one of those days that was like I told you that one day that I was in my other car just driving and that Lamborghini went by. And I was like, me and that dude, well, I don't know who that is, but if they were happy as shit, there is no difference. Like I couldn't be happier in my 2004 Toyota Avalon. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. I'm just having a great day. Mm-hmm. Best day ever, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I was having that day. But then I rear end somebody. And when I'm getting on the highway, like I'm just thinking about how I'm feeling and how I was feeling before I rear-ended the person. And it's not easy. It's fucking hard. It's hard when you've been spending shit tons of money. When you know that you're in debt. And now my insurance is gonna go up. And then I immediately started thinking, man, that guy seemed like a nice guy. I'm glad nobody was hurt. I wasn't hurt. My car's fine, pretty much. I mean, it got a little scratch, but it's fine. Get him down. But I had to really internalize that and like really just think about it and not, it's like, what am I going to do? I could have a shitty attitude, but it's over. Mm-hmm. It's over. Like the accident happened. Everybody was fine. The insurance is going to take care of it. Having a shitty attitude isn't going to do anything for me except for mess up the rest of my day. Oh my God. And then it was a shit show afterwards too. But I was fine. I was good. And you said that when I got home, like you didn't even believe that I had gotten into an accident.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you told me that, I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's what I said.
You thought I was messing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I wasn't like pissed off or whatever. Like somebody was coming over to look at a car that we're selling, and we're just kind of handling stuff. And it's like, whatever. It is what it is. That night we went to go watch one of my friends fight. Like that's what I'm like, dude, I'm excited to go watch my friends compete. Fuck all that. Yeah. Like this is what's important. Mm-hmm. Going and supporting my friends tonight. Mm-hmm. And I'm still looking forward to that even after whatever happened. Mm-hmm. So we go do that. Then Sunday night, we're getting ready to go to bed, and you put your phone on the charger and it just shuts off. Like battery just dies out. Nothing. And we hadn't had a chance. We were just talking about backing up your phone. And I don't know if we told you guys, but Sonja's going to Peru next month, and she's been working on setting up all this stuff, and it's all on the phone, all on her messages. And now the phone just turned off and we can't get it to turn back on. So Monday, I'm sitting here just messing around with this phone. We're reading magic tricks on Reddit, freaking put it in a bag, stick it in the freezer, press this button, stand on one leg, fucking, and we finally were able to get it to turn on and do some things. And I'm literally trying to, like, I went to work on Monday. Oh no, Monday we spent all day trying to mess with the phone. Tuesday we're messing with the phone too. And I'm literally holding your phone in my hand because I'm trying to work with it. And the AC turns on. And for some reason, I just put my hand up to the AC because it's not like it just turned on, so it takes a second for it to get cold. But I put my hand up and I feel that it's like warm air. And at first I think maybe it's just going to take a second. And I'm like, I don't know. So I go out to the backyard and the fan on the unit outside is not running. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? And then I know that there's a couple things that I could probably check to see if maybe I can fix it or whatever, because I have fixed these things before. And I run into the garage and I happen to have the part, or I have a part, and I go test the part. The part turns out to be bad. So I actually have the part to fix it and I swap it out. And I'm able to fix the AC. While I'm messing with the AC, I go upstairs and I look at behind the dryer because I'm looking for something. And I happen to see that there's a vent for the dryer that's smashed. And if it stays smashed, that thing's going to start a fire and burn the freaking house down. So that thing needs to get fixed ASAP. And we cannot actually wash clothes until that thing is fixed, because it has to be fixed. And it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, a shitty attitude, or like, fuck this and fuck that. And I mean, that's what I would have done in the past. Dude, I would have been fucking throwing things, slamming shit. I would have taken that, I would have ripped that damn AC out of the ground.
While all this is happening, I'm witnessing you. I'm watching you. And I have seen so much growth from you. Like, night and day. And I'm seeing everything that's happening. And the way you are handling everything. I just remember looking at you and feeling like so much love and so much just grateful for the man that you are and the man that you've become and how far you have come.
Thanks, babe. Yeah.
And it seems like it was within a short amount of time that switch was turned on.
You know,
but I know that that's not true.
Well, that's the thing, is that maybe my perspective has changed recently. It has. My perspective has changed recently. But my perspective has only changed because I've done so many things for so long. Because these things would drive somebody crazy. Like all these things that have had, and all these happen like within 3 days, right? 3 or 4 days. And I was telling you that you were like stressing out about me stressing out, like thinking that I'm going to be losing my shit and just all the pressure and like all these things I have to fix. I have to figure out. I have to do something, right? But when the AC went out and I had the part because I ordered it in advance, because that's a smart thing to do, especially when you know. If you don't know, you can't. But when you've learned and you know and you've prepared and the opportunity comes up, I can't explain what it felt like when I put that part back in. And it's not a big deal. Anybody that does this stuff is like, dude, that was fucking nothing.
But to someone who doesn't know?
But when I put the part in and the AC kicked back on and I put my hand up to the vent and I feel that the air is getting cold, it's hard to explain how I felt. Like, it was a powerful feeling of knowing that I handle shit. That it doesn't matter what it is. Like the phone, we figured it out. The insurance, it'll be all right. The AC is fixed. Next is the dryer. Fix that. All right. Now we're all right. Now we're back to where we were. What's next? What do I need to work on? What can I do? What do I want to do? You know, and on top of that, you guys know, like we have the Monkeys Ate Mushrooms. We have the other podcasts. We have seminars. We got fights that we're going to. We're doing all this stuff. You're getting ready for Peru. You're going to speak. We're going to friends' openings. Like all these things. Yeah. So just because these things happen doesn't mean that the other things aren't happening at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
But man, when trouble comes and you can handle that trouble because you've been doing this, that's a powerful feeling. But the only way you can ever feel that is by doing it again, learning, find out, figure it out, break it, fix it, break it, fix it, do it again. Stop looking for answers. Stop looking for shortcuts. Figure it the fuck out.
Today I was on a call and I was mentioning Peru and that this is the first time that I'm going to be speaking on this size of stage, right? Like this stage.
Yeah.
And I shared with him my PowerPoint presentation. And I told him, you're the first that I'm going through this with and, sharing this with. And he was like, thank you. And he's like, you don't seem like this is your first. And I said, you have no idea. I've been preparing this entire time for this. It may be my first time being on this stage, but I've been preparing for this.
For years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, speaking here, speaking in Legal Shield, speaking, everywhere you've gone.
Yeah.
For years. Yeah. Yeah. So right now I'm listening to this book called Mastery. And it's funny because I was telling you, like, it seems like every time that I start listening to a book, it's a book that is like happening. It's like things that I'm already kind of thinking about, working on, or whatever. And then I listen to a book and I'm like, they're talking about exactly like I was just thinking about this or talking to you about this like last week or 2 weeks ago. And now I'm listening to this book talking about this. And then it shows you a different perspective or a different, and it's like, wow, that's interesting. And then, but I definitely recommend Mastery by Robert Greene. But the bottom line, like that book, it talks about people that master things like Leonardo da Vinci and like other people throughout history that have just, there's something like when you watch somebody that's a master at something, it doesn't matter what it is. You can watch them do that because they're so freaking good at it. Like you watch, like I remember watching this soccer player where he was just like kicking the ball around and then he starts like kicking it and it's like from here to across the street and he's hitting the goalpost and the ball is bouncing back to him. And then he kicks it again and hits the goalpost and it bounced back to him. And he's just sitting there dribbling, boom, and kicks it. Goes to the goalpost and comes back. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, how long does somebody stay there and practice to develop a skill like that? Like that is insane. And when you watch people like athletes that are professionals at something, you'll see them do like football players with footballs and they do stuff. And it's like, dude, how do you even do that? Do you know how much time, how long they've had a football in their hand? Literally like 8-10 hours a day for years. You're going to get pretty good at it. You're going to master it. And at the end of the thing is that people feel like you can master, like this is my thing. But you're limiting yourself. Because you can master just about anything that you want to master. And the thing is, the things that are inside of you, you have to express. You have to get out.
And what he means by that is if you have an idea, like there's an idea that comes up and you don't take action. And you sit with this idea and never do anything. And all of a sudden, it just...
You miss the opportunity. You just stop thinking about it. Or, that's not for me. Or other people do that. Or I don't think I can. Or whatever. And the I don't think I can is normal. But you have to act in the face of that. Because when you do it anyway... Eventually, the I don't think I can becomes maybe I can try that. Or I might be able to do that. And then when you act on that long enough, you start thinking, I think I can do that. I think I can do this. I think I can start a website. I think I can make a t-shirt. I think I can start a podcast. I think I can start a business. I think I can whatever. Join this competition. I think I can do whatever it is that you've been wanting to do ever since you were a freaking kid. And then when you've done that long enough, you start to realize that it's not an I think I can. I know I can. I just have to do it over and over and over again. And I will. But so many people don't have that stick to it. That's what this book Mastery is about.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about Charles Darwin. Like, he studied barnacles on ships for 8 years. Because that was his opportunity to get into this field of study of biology that he loved so much. And he studied barnacles like with a fucking passion because he knew that this is what's going to lead me to something else.
Mm-hmm.
But barnacles for 8 years. What if you like, fuck this barnacle shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this. This isn't what I wanted to be doing. Well, then you don't get to be Darwin.
There has to be a want to as well.
If you want to, there's some things that, you know, at a certain point, or you change. Like the podcast. Like the podcast served its purpose. Mm-hmm. We did what we did. We've learned what we've learned. And like I said, we'll be back when we have something to say. But the podcast has served its purpose. That's okay. We've learned. We've mastered this process, right?
Right.
This is a professional thing. This is not amateur shit. This isn't like we tried. We did. We did it. And we'll continue doing it. Yeah.
With the kids, we were talking to them about this during lunch or dinner, whatever, doesn't matter. And all the things that we are going through, they are witnessing.
Yeah.
They are watching. They are learning. I was talking to Joey the other day, and I was showing him my PowerPoint presentation. And I had asked him, do you think that it's easy? Like, do you think that this is something that is easy for me? And he kind of looks at me and he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, even though it seems that it's easy,
takes work.
It's challenging to get in front of a room to speak. I told him most people would want to die before they get in front of a room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even putting the PowerPoint presentation together.
Yeah.
It's all these things that lead us. Oh, I thought you were asking her to come in. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to push through the doubt.
Yeah.
Push through the fear. Give yourself a chance.
Yep.
And be okay with not being the best the first time you get up there or doing the thing.
And keep showing up.
Keep showing up.
Keep showing up. But the thing is, you can't just show up. You got to show up and you got to put in some effort. You know, and another thing that I wanted to talk about was a conversation that I had with Joey, because he wasn't too happy with me yesterday. We had gone to train jiu-jitsu, and he's doing the kids class, and he's been training jiu-jitsu for longer than I have, and I've been doing it for 6 years, 7 years. And we're training, and at the end of kids class, he's like dry as a bone, like no sweat, no nothing. And they just got done fighting. And I'm one of the coaches, and I'm sitting there watching, and every time that I look at him, I'm like, come on, let's fucking go. Let's go. Move. Let's go. Fight. This is a fight. And it's laughing and smiling and talking, show me this move. And it's like, not time to be showing moves. It's time to fight. We've been showing moves before. Now it's time to fight. So after class, I'm like, get your shit on. You're doing adult class with us today too. So he ended up doing adult class. And then after we leave school, the jiu-jitsu class, because it's been a thing where he just kind of shows up and doesn't put in any effort, doesn't really try, kind of messes around. And there's fundamental things that after 7 years, he still doesn't have. And I can't do it for him. I can't. And like I say, you can show up every fucking day and do nothing, and you are not going to get any better. It is fucking uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. You have to try. None of this shit feels good. Like researching how to fucking change capacitors on AC and how to test capacitors and how to start a pod, how to fucking edit, how to do this, how to do that. This shit sucks. Hours fucking spent doing jujitsu, doing all this fucking shit. So I told him, I'm like, it's enough. From now on, you're doing kids class and you're doing adult class. And whenever I go train, you're coming with me. I'm fucking done. And he got mad. And he was upset with me. And I sent him a message this morning, just telling him that I know he was upset and that I love him. And like, actually, that I hope that he never gets into a fight. That I hope that he never has to use jiu-jitsu in a fight. Because why would I want him to get into a fight? We don't need to do that. I don't want to get into fights unless I sign up for a fight. But I told him that the things that he's going to learn from jiu-jitsu, because it's so difficult, it's so hard to be good at. It's one of these things that people that are just a natural at it are fucking freaks. Like, it's not easy to just be naturally good at this shit. It takes getting your fucking head caved in over and over and feeling like shit and coming back and feeling like shit and coming back and then having a good time. Like, oh man, that was good. And those times in between are fucking amazing. When you make some progress, when you change the capacitor and you know you did that shit. When I didn't know how to do that shit, when this isn't even really what I do. And I did it. But like I told him, I'm like, what you will get from doing jiu-jitsu, from learning something that is so difficult, is something that's going to serve you for the rest of your life. Because life is only getting easier. It's only getting softer. And if you fall into that trap, life is going to be very hard for you in the future.
Right.
And I do not want to see that. That would make me sad, to see my kids suffering because they don't have what it takes to fucking live life. How many people are out there like that today that can't fucking handle their business?
Yeah, having that mental strength to push through.
Dude, you have to have the attitude of, it's not that I don't need anybody, but dude, me and you versus the fucking world. Literally. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm not counting on anybody or anything for me to live, to survive. Social Security, fuck that. We need to make more money so that we can take care of ourselves. It is my responsibility as a human being, as a man, as an adult, as a person. Like, I mean, what are you doing? Just fucking sitting here and waiting for somebody to come fucking save you? Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. Save your fucking self. And the only way you do that is by doing these hard fucking things. Over and over and over again until you fucking get good at it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I told him. I'm like, these lessons, once you realize that shit, if I can do this, that is so fucking hard and I don't even like it. What if I applied that to something that I do like, something that I am passionate about? You'll crush it. But you have to find that out about yourself. You have to put yourself in these positions to get the shit out.
Yeah.
In the book Mastery, they were talking about when Leonardo da Vinci was on his deathbed. And he said something like, when you've had a productive day, you have a blessed sleep. Same goes for having a productive life. You'll have a blessed death. And what that means is, when you work hard all day, the things that you were supposed to do, when you do that, there is no way that you don't sleep well at the end of the night, because you know that you did what you were supposed to do for that day. And these ideas that you have in your head, all these things that you should work on, that you want to create, if you don't get them out by the end of your life, it's going to be tough. That's going to be the biggest hurdle. I don't know what that is. That's going to be tough, because you're going to constantly be hearing, what if? What if? What if? What if this? What if that? And I've gotten to a point where there will be no what ifs. I will fucking try. I will go down burning in flames. I don't give a shit. But it is not staying inside me. I will get it out. All these things that I see, that I feel that I'm capable of, I'm just going to do it. Just do it. And figure it out. And maybe some things are for me. Some things are not. Maybe some things are temporary. Some things are just, hey, I think I can do this. I'm going to try it. But you got to do them. You got to get it out.
Isn't it?
Like
it's just so funny and crazy and challenging all at once. You know, when you see the things that we have to do today to continue to build that mental endurance. You know, we are in such a crisis of
everything.
mental health.
Yeah.
And it's because everything is so easy these days, right? You don't even have to go to the store.
No, they'll deliver it to your house.
For food.
Everything.
For things that you need.
Yeah. You don't have to leave the house anymore.
You have a robot that will sweep your floors, that will mop your floors. And so when you look at all the things that we do, from sitting in a sauna, that's very hard for some people. Cold plunging.
Yeah.
Going to the gym. Pushing yourself. Oh my God, today at the gym, here I am freaking doing my planks, push-ups, jump squats, like all these things. And I'm just like, whoo, I'm on fire. I am on fire.
How are you feeling? Like mentally, what are you thinking?
I'm feeling strong. Right? I know I'm getting better. Yeah. I can see it. I can feel it. But it's all these things that are good for us are the things that are difficult, you know? And it's like, it's just hilarious. And today I had another one of those moments where I am doing a pull-up and my back is shaking. My forearms are on fire. Everything's on fire. And I am pulling myself up and I'm thinking to myself, and I look around and I just fucking start laughing.
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable, but it's good for me. And it's something that I want to do, right? Like I've been saying, I want to be able to do pull-ups. Yeah. And I haven't been consistent with doing the certain exercises in order to do a pull-up. So then I decided that I'm going to start doing it. Yeah. So that I can, because I can, and I know I can. Is it easy? No, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But it felt good when I went to a Pilates class that was freaking challenging as shit. And the following day,
And you crushed it.
I crushed it and I wasn't sore, which was confirmation for me that I've been working out every body part.
Yeah.
Right. Our poor daughter was dying.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I went to train with some some backyard fighters, and they're telling me breathe, and I'm like, dude, I'm good. Like, I train. Like, I'm good. Like like we could pick this up some more if you want.
Right. You and I were talking. Are you done with that?
Yeah.
You want more? You were sharing with me a conversation that you had with Audrey. Because on Saturday, we took her to these backyard fights where there's just people right there, like going at it in someone's backyard, right?
Yeah.
Like boxing, kickboxing, whatever,
MMA,
right? And
it's like a pallet ring.
Right.
Yeah, the ring is made out of pallets.
Yeah.
Check out Fighting for Your Life pod, Fight Life Pod on Instagram. I got video or some videos posted of it.
And I remember
Street Beefs. Look up Street Beefs.
And I remember the first time I went, I'm like, I don't know. This seems
rough.
like it's going to be aggressive. Like, I don't know the environment.
It's a rough crowd.
I decided to go anyway.
Right.
And it was not a rough crowd.
That's what it seems.
Yes.
If you don't, from on the outside looking in.
Right. And so Adriana was feeling the same way. And I said, it's not what you think. And when she went, she actually enjoyed it. And
so many things are that way.
Yeah. And then the following day, the entire family, because I've been doing my sound baths at a Buddhist temple. And here we are from a backyard fight to a Buddhist temple.
The next day.
And you were share with everyone the conversation that you had with Audrey.
Yeah. We were sitting at the Buddhist temple and we were eating, which, we've been doing that. We'll go and we always just kind of sit and eat with everybody. It's just something that they do. And then while I was eating with Audrey, I was asking, I was like, so how'd you like the fights yesterday? And she was like, oh, it was cool. And then I'm like, your life is pretty different. Like there's not many people that would go, like their parents would take them to backyard fights one day and then a Buddhist temple the next day. I mean, there might be kids that go to a Buddhist temple. And there might be some kids that go to backyard fights or something. But to go to backyard fights and then the next day Buddhist temple and then, just all the different experiences and things that we expose them to is different,
Yes. And it is. And it's funny because I didn't even think about that until you brought it up. And I'm like, that is pretty cool. Because we are so open, like
to learn, to see,
to experience.
Yeah.
Right. Like you told me, if I would have stayed within my religious beliefs, I would have never got to experience
the Buddhist temple
and having a really good friend that's a monk that I get to sit with and talk to and share things with.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's kind of sad as well for those that live in that box because they'll never experience what life has to offer.
Yeah.
All the different experiences, the different places, the different churches, like just all of it.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Different cultures.
Yeah, because the religion is a big part of the culture. And, you have to, I mean, if you're open to it, then you can experience all of it.
Right.
But so many people are not open to it. And, I mean, if you listen to one of the last clips that I made, I talk about that. I feel that this is all part of being human. Mm-hmm. And you can't discount any of it. It's all part of us.
Right.
Backyard fights and Buddhist temples.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's amazing people in both.
Right. Man, and to think how we judge each other.
Right.
Man, like
Yeah.
there are some amazing people. Audrey, you know, while we were at backyard fights,
Yeah.
I was talking to the wife
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
of what's his name?
Weddle
Weddle, right? I was talking to her.
from Street Beef's West Coast.
Yes. And being with her and her family.
Yeah.
And they're so kind and so loving. And then watching Weddle. Oh, so
Yeah.
they were boxing, they were fighting, and one dude lost his shoe.
Yeah.
And Weddle goes and picks it up and puts it on. And he's like, I have never put on another man's shoe. You know, but it was so
like a
humble,
joking, yeah,
right?
like,
but
yeah.
you can see his heart and
he's checking
how,
on people, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, like he
Yeah, for
really
sure.
cares about those that are there. Like he has such a beautiful heart, and you can feel it and you can see it and witness it. But if you were to judge and be like, what? He's doing what?
Yeah.
And label him and judge him, you'll never get to experience him or the backyard fights, like anyone there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've met some awesome people there. It's been really cool. Yep.
And so you and I and, you know, just who we are. I wouldn't be experiencing these backyard fights without you.
Yeah.
You know, we are the yin and the yang. We are that.
Yep.
And with that, we are sharing all of this with our children. They get to witness both and experience both.
Yeah. Yep.
Very fortunate. And the only reason how this all unfolded was because instead of fighting each other, we listened to each other.
How can we? How can we do it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, for me, it's been this journey watching you.
I'm excited.
Watching you wake up. Like reaching the higher consciousness has been so beautiful to witness you unfolding and getting to where you are now, where you have this inner peace.
Yeah.
You have this inner knowing.
Yeah. No, it's cool. You have to be careful with that.
You do. Because there has to be a balance.
There's something that I heard today. I got to look it up. Is it King's disease or something like that? Mm-hmm. I can see how that happens. Like when you start hitting your stride and things start making sense and you start believing your own bullshit.
Yes.
I think they were saying like maybe Kanye West is having a little bit of that or something. I don't know. I don't want to judge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know the guy. I don't talk to him. But he's doing some crazy shit right now. If you haven't looked in the news, oh my God. Yeah. But anyway, one thing that I wanted to mention is this whole mastery thing. Working out, if you guys go back and listen to the podcast, I think I had already started jiu-jitsu and I was already running. But I think if you go back and listen to some of the first episodes, if I'm talking about working out, at that time I was still saying I fucking hate working out.
Yeah.
I hate running. Yeah. I hate running. I hate working out. I hate cardio. I fucking hate all of it. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But just like, that's why I was asking you earlier, like, how did you feel? And you said you feel strong.
Yeah.
And, you know, like my arms hurt when I'm doing pull-ups or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're doing something, you know?
Yeah.
And there was something that years ago, I just looked up when George St. Pierre was a champ in the UFC. And it was back in 2008. Back in that time, I remember seeing a picture of him, and I showed it to you. A picture of him weighing in or whatever. This is from back then. Back in 2008,
That's when you and I got married.
That's when I was 220 something pounds, maybe. At that time, I saw a picture of George St. Pierre or whatever during a fight, and I gave out. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like, I want to look like that one day. Sorry.
I just had a thought.
Sorry.
I'll let you know
But
after the podcast.
I was like, I want to look like that one day. You know, and I think, I don't even know if I thought I could back then.
Yeah.
But I was just like, damn, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
At that time, it was impossible. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but eventually I started running little by little. And dude, you listen to the David Goggins books and all this other stuff, and he talks about when this dude runs hundreds of miles. I get that crazy idea. So I'm like, listen to his books, and I'm like, maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do one marathon. I got to do a marathon first, and then we'll think about it. But anyway, when he started, he didn't even make a mile, and he went and got a milkshake or some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then I started, and it was like, dude, I fucking hate this shit. I hate it. But then what did I do? I did it again. Do it again. Do it again. And then just like when all these things were happening in the house, with the AC, with your phone, with the dryer, with all this stuff, and you were getting, like, you were feeling what you thought was like the pressure on me. And I told you, I'm like, don't take this away from me, this feeling, because when I fixed the AC, what I felt was powerful. Knowing that I'm capable, knowing that this is who I am, I handle business, I can do anything. That is a powerful feeling. And then I started thinking about everything. And now when I'm working out, this is another opportunity for me to show myself who I am.
Right.
All these times that we come up against something difficult, that's a completely different mindset. It's a different viewpoint. It's not, oh, fuck. It's let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And I go back to the picture. Back in 2008, that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now, I'm so freaking close to that. Like, I'm not far. And I'm going to get there. And this is what I'm talking about, these things. What good does that do anybody? Nothing. For nobody. But it's for me.
Right.
I want to be that.
Right. Yeah.
I know I am that. Yeah. And it's not forever. It's for a certain period of time. You can't be fucking ripped for your entire life like that. Yeah. I mean, I think George St. Pierre is. That dude's fucking insane. And yeah, I love watching his stuff. But it's okay. Yeah. That's not me. Yeah. I'm going to get there and I'll maintain it maybe for a little bit. And guess what? The other part of me is go get some fucking ice cream. Right. Go get some cereal. Go get all the shit that I want to tear. I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
And then I'll fall off a little bit and I'll stay in shape or whatever. Yeah. But one time, I want to get to that point when I'm fucking ripped.
Yeah.
And it'll be even more impressive because he did it when he was a UFC champ. I'm doing it as a 40-year-old guy with a full-time job, podcast,
a daddy,
fucking dad, all this shit. Right?
Yeah.
So
today I put the post. I don't know if you saw it, but I normally don't take videos of me when I'm working out because I'm so focused, but this is the second one I've created. And the only competition I have is me. It's me against me.
Yep.
And I've been it's funny because there's a lot that's happening within. And I used to see myself, well, I am love. But when I talk about love, it's very soft. It's forgiving. It's compassion. It is forgiveness. It is kindness. It is all those beautiful things. And it's courageous. And it is strength and all the other things. Because in order to really to step and take a stand for someone that you love, you have to have the courage.
Yep.
You have to have the courage to set the boundaries, to speak up when needed. And going to Peru, when I was invited to speak in Peru, I was nervous, right? Like there was there was some fear, right? And then I remembered who the fuck I am, right? I started talking to people and people are like, Sonia, I don't see you as this weak or this submissive individual. I see you as strength. You are that.
Yeah.
With all the things that you've been able to overcome and the things that you do, most people wouldn't just step in and do it if they didn't have courage behind them. And it's like allowing myself to step into that. I can be courageous. I am courageous. And I am also loving. I am the lion and I am the lamb.
Yeah.
And to be on that stage, to be that courageous individual, stepping into that, I will show up as that.
Yeah.
And the lamb, having that balance of strength and courage and humility and love, all wrapped up in a bow, ready to fucking roar and drop the mic.
Yep.
Because and I know this, I know it's not just going to be one person. It's not just going to be one person in that crowd. It's going to be a standing ovation because I can feel it and I see it and I'm ready.
And you're going to do it.
And I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. Yeah. I say it.
And
you have to.
I'm walking. I had Miguel write me my walkout song.
Yeah.
So he is going to be playing in the speakers while I walk out.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That'll be great.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You may not, you know what? Like you don't always know how you're going to do what you want to do. But you have to believe in yourself. Not that you know it all, but that you can figure it out over time. And at the end of the day,
we're all going to die.
Something that, that has been coming up a lot. Just that keeps things straight. That keeps things straight. And it's something that we don't want to think about. Like, people just do not like thinking about dying. And I think that's something that I think other cultures do better.
Mm. Other cultures do a lot better. At a lot of things.
I mentioned it in one of the other clips about the drug dealer, Rick Ross, how he used to move drugs in hearses because people don't like looking at death. And he said that that's how he bought a few hearses, and he would move drugs around town in hearses, because he's like, even cops will look the other way when they see a hearse.
Wow. That's nuts.
But at the end of the day, knowing that we're going to die and actually keeping that in your mind will help you decipher what is important in your life.
Yes.
The fucking car accident doesn't matter. The cell phone will get another one. The dryer has to be fixed, or else it'll burn the house down. So that's important. Do that.
Yeah.
But like I said in my post, like, we have food. We are together. We have a place to sleep at night. That is it.
Yeah.
That is what is important. Work is fucking insane.
Enjoy.
But it doesn't matter. I do what I do. When I'm done, I'm done. That's over.
Have fun.
Like,
see my little guy here? I know. They're probably like, what is up with that little thing? This little guy helped me to tap back into my inner child. The joy of life, of being free, of dancing and singing and playing in the rain and just being free.
It's funny because I was telling you, like, with like, work has been freaking insane. And like, there's so many people getting overworked and overtasked with all kinds of stuff. It's just nuts. And like, I'm in my own, like, I see things the way I see things. Right. So I go to work, I do my thing, do the best I can. When I'm out of here, I'm going to go be with my family. I'm going to go train jiu-jitsu. I'm going to go hang out with the backyard fighting guys and go train with them for a little bit. Like, I'm going to go live my life and have fun.
Right.
I'm going to go do things.
Yes.
So when I'm at work, like, I'm doing the best I can there. And I'm just kind of like walking around with a fucking smile on my face.
Dancing.
Like, you know, like with a little bounce in my step. Like,
yeah.
And I'm looking at people as they're walking by, and they got their fucking head down and they're all mopey. Like, they're like it is at work.
Yeah.
Like, the situation is weighing on them.
Yeah.
And then you said that you were driving to your mom's house, and on the side of the road, you see this troll face down on the side of the off ramp. And what I would say is, we're all gonna die. So be like Iggy.
Yep.
He was on the side of the road, fucking thrown away, but he was still smiling, and he was smiling when you picked him up.
Yep.
And look at him.
I know. It's amazing how he is a huge reminder for me. Like, just a huge reminder how this little doll, first of all, I always wanted one when I was a little girl, and I always had the tiny ones, and now I have a big boy. And yeah, he's vintage.
He's from 1964.
Yes. Yes.
And he's got some scratches.
Yeah,
but he's still smiling.
He is. And he is such a great reminder, right? That life is short. Have fun.
Enjoy it. Love the people that you have around you.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
That is what is important at the end of the day, is the connections that we make with people, the people that we love. As long as we got food, we got a place to sleep, and we have people that love us, we're all right.
Right.
All this other shit is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yes. Don't believe.
Don't worry. We'll be dead soon.
So enjoy. Have fun. Have fun.
And with that, thank you guys for listening. Who knows when we'll be back. Hey, we still have the phone number, 480-331-9846. Who knows? You might get us back on here if you send us a question, send us a message, let us know if there's something you want us to talk about, and maybe we'll come back. But like I said before, if you guys have anything that you want to tell us, get a hold of us on our social media. You can still get a hold of us at Opposite Pod on all the different social medias. You can find Fighting for Your Life podcast, Monkeys Ate Mushrooms, SoniaRamirez.com for Sonia's coaching and her retreat coming up in May. I want to show you guys this t-shirt. This is my new logo. This is a design that my brother drew. You guys can find this at Monkeys Ate Mushrooms.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you can see it. Yeah, so awesome. Yeah, so thank you guys. This has been such a journey. It has been such a ride. And we'll be back.
Till next time.
Yes. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for watching Opposites Attract podcast.
Where we get better
together. Bye.